Hey guys, this is Dan. I was given 30 seconds to do a Patreon plug, so patreon.com/GoFolkYourselfPodcast. And now for the rest of the 25 remaining seconds, have you guys watched Poldark? Seriously, if you have not watched the show Poldark, you are missing out. It's a period piece, so ultimately you have to kind of like things like that. But even I, who don't like period pieces, really enjoy Poldark. It is a show that has action, drama, steamy romance. All of the actors in it are incredibly attractive, which makes it very... hold on, I'm out of time. But hold on. They're very attractive people, and it's really fun to watch them make out with one another and push their faces against each other's faces. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Welcome back to another thrilling installment of Go Folk Yourself Podcast, an American God damn it, I called it podcast.
An American Codpast.
American Codpast. Damn it, guys.
We could give it another clap.
No. You keep rolling. This
it
is an American Codpast, and we all know that
Cape
now.
Codpast. That's right. We're talking about New England.
Fucks. I actually did have cod on the mind. Was going to make a cod joke, and really fucked that intro. So
was it going to be Cape Cod or like cod piece?
It was going to be Cape Cod.
Cape Cod piece.
Yeah, Cape Cod piece. So as you can hear, everybody, you've got Brett on the mic, accompanied by
Ethan
and Nick.
Yeah, there we go.
I said my name this time.
GFYB team, bringing to you the good folklore stuff.
The grade changes every time. It just depends on how many downloads we get. So please tell your friends.
Tell your friends, or else we'll soon be the C team.
I know you're
the C team.
Yeah, this be a continuation of the one we did last time on the sea. Primarily because I was very interested in New England folklore in the sea and thought that'd be a cool follow-up. So this is the sequel, get it, that you guys didn't ask for because we don't know how well that last one did.
Let's assume it went really well.
It did not go off the rails.
They always do.
Yes, they always do well to our 100 of listener.
Our 100.
There's easily 1,000 of people online.
Yep.
That's right. And we reach a fraction of that.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
If you guys liked our sea-themed episode last time, well, enjoy this one because we're taking an American slant on this. Because that's kind of our whole shtick here.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Let's dive in, boys.
Let's dive in. New England, huh?
New England.
That's right.
Here, I've got a question.
Yeah.
What is New England?
It's like Old England, but American.
Ah, perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
It's the region settled in the American colonies by the English settlers.
Great.
Kind of pretty close in parallel proximity to England-ish because of that being the shortest way of travel. So you've got...
So we're talking...
Massachusetts.
Boom.
New Hampshire.
Boom.
Connecticut.
Boom.
Rhode Island.
Boom.
Boom.
New York, maybe.
It depends on where you're at.
Boom.
Dutch
some
territory.
of them, them's the Dutch.
Yeah.
Really. You get some New
South
Yorkers
of-
that are kind of like, especially the ones that really hate themselves and like the Pats.
Yeah.
They're like, no, we're part of New England too, but they're not.
They're not. Okay.
That was
You're really
Dutch
looking
plan.
Maine to Vermont, Rhode Island, Connecticut is basically that triangle right
Massachusetts?
there.
Massachusetts.
More like Taxachusetts, America.
Bam.
Whoa.
Yo, got him.
Whoa. All right, so we're talking everything north of
Virginia.
Right? Is that right? North
think
of Virginia.
so.
Basically west of New
Do we have a
York,
map?
north of Maryland.
Okay. Perfect. There we go.
Just look up in that general direction. That's New England.
Perfect.
So
Great.
that's the area.
Lobster country.
Yeah.
Lobster.
Have you guys been to New England before?
Hell
have.
yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah. Love New
yeah.
England.
Love
What's your favorite part of New England?
Boston.
Boston.
Love
When
Boston.
it turns into New York.
Nick, what's your favorite part of New England?
I don't even really have a favorite like
'Cause you're-
geo area. I
yeah.
just like New England. Like it's just a really cool town. It's got a lot of really good history.
Yeah.
And
Beautiful.
I fucking love lobster.
Yeah. Great stuff.
Lobster rolls are fucking dope.
They are.
It's amazing. I wish I could have more access to them.
I wish it was back when they thought it was cheap food for prisoners.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd
same.
be cool.
How about you, Ethan? Favorite New England spot?
Favorite New England spot is in between Boston and Maine. I felt like that was cool.
Yeah, that was like your favorite place.
Yeah, because me and Mad went up to Acadia.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
cool.
So we flew into Boston and then drove from that to Acadia. So we were in Vermont for a little
Yeah.
bit. We're in Massachusetts.
That's a cool, like, mythologically inspired name.
Yeah.
Acadia.
It really
yeah,
is.
it is. I love it. I have no idea why it's called that, but I love it.
It was set up as a charter area.
Oh.
I actually discovered that while doing the research on this.
What?
place. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That was one of the first regions considered to be habitable
Oh,
in North America by the English.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
it was gorgeous.
Not
Yeah.
too many savages here. We
Yeah,
could make
not
a home.
Too many. It's really an Acadia National Park is an island off the coast of Maine.
Whoa.
Yeah, so it's
That sounds awesome.
so you have got to take a little bridge to
Yeah.
get to it. It's the best.
Yeah.
Lobster, had some lobster when I was there. Had some clam chowder,
Love chowder.
The red kind or the white kind?
the white kind.
What is the difference?
I don't
The
know.
white is right in this case, and it's the only time I'll ever say that.
You're
because
relating to
Manhattan-
clam chowder.
Right, Manhattan clam chowder is the red one, and it tastes like feet. And New England clam chowder is creamy and delicious.
Yeah.
What makes it red?
It's tomatoes
Blood.
Why would you make that?
because they fucking
They're-
hate themselves.
They're monsters.
Monster.
I assume it's brought to you by the same people that drink Bloody Marys, because I know it's an unpopular opinion, but I can't stand them.
That sounds awful.
I love Bloody Marys.
I don't.
You
I,
and
like
Bryn,
the
I
New
can't.
York clam chowder.
I don't. I don't know. I've never had
It's
a Bloody
like a Bloody
Mary.
Mary with clams and potatoes in it.
I don't think that's appealing to me.
Sounds awful.
Yeah, it's got your staples: vodka, tomatoes, clams. You know, the
Old
usual.
Bay.
The pyramid of food really is. All right, so the sea is all up in New England,
Exactly. I mean, the original settlers from Europe had to cross the sea to get there.
right?
And it has impacted the development of the region for as long as there have been people there.
Right.
You know, the native people prior to colonization utilized the sea for resources,
Right.
just the same way the European settlers did. However, the European settlers definitely ruined it, and we continue to ruin it
and
today.
brought us here.
Yeah, but
we go.
the New England affiliation with the sea obviously starts with there being people near the sea.
Yep.
And we talked about that in our last bit of episode where we were discussing humanity's relationship with the sea. It's just more localized here in New England.
Yeah.
So obviously we got there by a boat, fishing as a primary source of food and trade, rough Victorian trade for early colonial. That was a really funny joke. I'm sorry. You didn't catch that. That'll play well to certain members of our audience. So it's a source of trade and food.
Nothing kills like a joke you explain afterwards.
I know. I'm sure that we'll get somebody out there is going to get that.
Somebody's gonna go, ha ha, trade.
Nice rough trade, Brett. Solid humor. So New England started in, as we know it, early 1600s. So first English privateer Bartholomew Gosnold explored Massachusetts and claims Cape Cod and Martha's Vineyard in 1602.
Was
Right.
it Martha's Vineyard then, or was it his vineyard for the time?
I don't know. He named it, so I assume.
Who? Martha?
Bartholomew Gosnold. Literally someone I've never heard about.
I haven't either.
And I love New England folklore and also New England history, and I find it surprising I didn't know this dude. Because you guys may realize in a couple years later, 1607, what famed ill-fated colony is founded?
Jamestown.
Yeah,
Yay.
ding, ding, ding.
For all of you Jamestown fans out there, take
Why?
your drink.
Why?
Why?
I didn't know this, but this Bartholomew Gosnold fella helped lead the expedition with John Smith there.
What? From
Yeah.
Pocahontas?
Yeah, of
same guy?
Pocahontas.
Mel
fame.
Gibson?
From the Patriot?
Wow.
Look at all these savages. Ooh, I'm gonna take that one back with me. You're gonna meet me, mum.
You're gonna meet me, Mum.
You will.
It's me, old John Smith.
The only Englishman to sound like he grew up in New York.
So 1607, you got Jamestown. A couple years later, in 1620, Plymouth Colony is established officially.
Home of the Plymouth Voyager.
That's right.
Love it.
Yeah. Yeah. That,
Car reference for our one listener.
I didn't get that one.
Those of you car fans out there.
You're listening to Car Talk with us, Click, Clack, and Clank, the Clackett brothers.
Clack and a clank.
Don't ask me, ask my brother.
And don't ask my brother, he's an idiot.
Oh my god.
NPR fans?
God, this is references galore. I love Car
Holy
Talk.
shit.
Yeah, you didn't think that was coming.
You guys are so good at sounding like the car talk guy.
Thank you. I practiced it in my car when I'm listening to it.
That was so good.
I
Tell
love
me,
doing
with the
laugh.
car, if you have the problem when you turn off the car, does it keep doing it? Because if not, just keep the car off, huh?
Oh, what kind of car is it? Is it a Peugeot? Well, all right, trade it in and buy a Nissan.
The people that call in are always like, "Hi guys, it's Cindy from Massapequa, Long Island."
Oh, I've been there. It's a lovely town.
Oh, is it? That's really great. My 1977, Chevy Volvo or whatever,
Ethan's a huge car guy, as you can tell.
it just won't start. And then they're like,
Have you tried getting a new one?
Have you tried taking it to the junkyard?
it's such awful advice because they're like, I don't know, take it to a mechanic.
That reminds me of this one time I once had a Ford Pinto. It blew up, and I said, thank God. And then I bought a Nissan.
I've owned every car ever. Sorry,
It sounds like we're making fun of them, but I truly love those guys.
they've got really good advice.
They do.
legitimately.
Yeah.
R.I.P. the dead one. Anyway, 2 years after Plymouth established, I didn't know this.
What?
Maine established as a colony in 1622.
Wow.
That shit's old,
That's really old.
right?
It's our main colony. Sorry. Some say that's our main colony. So we go up there just to leave.
Good one, my brother. This episode is for us, not you all.
This episode is just car talk,
Car
actually.
Talk, the episode.
This episode brought to you by NPR. Please subscribe today.
And like 10 years down the line from establishment of Maine, you get Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and Connecticut
Maine predates Massachusetts?
as an official settlement.
Wow.
Yeah, because you had the Massachusetts Bay Colony,
Yeah.
but you had a settlement in Maine a little bit before that.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy.
Wow.
I didn't realize that was
Wow.
the order in which these things happen.
I didn't realize that either.
Yeah, so,
Obviously. That's why I'm surprised right now.
Well,
If I did, it'd be weird if I was acting like this.
this is completely new information to me. Oh, boy.
Oh boy. Wow. Education.
kind of blows me away that area of our country is that old. And
Yeah.
for you listeners in Europe, that's weird to us.
Yeah.
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 But I'll tell you what, we drive a long way to go places.
We do.
We can't take the metro because America.
America. It's
We don't-
awful.
We don't have trains. We never
Nope.
invented them.
Nope. Nope. Trains? No. Never
Am I
work.
saying that right? Is it trying?
Trying.
You know, we never had trends here.
Nope. Never. We went from carriage to
Carriage to sororities.
to cars. That's
The
right.
American story.
The American story. It does blow my mind that there are those things started then are still around because you come down to Florida, you've got some of the old Spanish forts and things that
Yeah, and that's
predate
like
that.
the oldest truly
Right.
settlement in North America by Europeans
And
in
even-
St. Augustine.
Right, and even then it feels like, at least for me, because I'm not Spanish or from Spain, it feels like we just kind of inherited that.
I think we bought it.
Like we bought it officially, but it
Yeah.
doesn't feel like us.
Yeah.
So they're always like, "Oh, look, the oldest fucking thing in America."
Yeah, the
And-
oldest schoolhouse in St. Augustine. You're like, yeah, but you didn't make it.
Yeah,
You
that's
bought
not
it.
ours.
It's like saying,
Yeah.
I bought this trophy that says Best Picture.
Yeah.
Marlon
right.
Brando. It's me, Marlon Brando. I won this Oscar.
He won Best Picture.
He did.
Wow.
He took the best picture of himself.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I
So,
get
yeah.
what you mean though with it.
Right.
It doesn't feel like colonial American.
Yeah.
It feels like colonial Spanish.
Yeah.
Because like another country established it and then we just acquired it.
Yeah, and then Spain was like, we don't want that.
Fuck it.
We've got all of South America
I
and
mean,
Mexico.
Florida, no thank you. You can
We're-
have our garbage can.
We're good. We're good.
We're fine.
You can have this fucking future home of Florida Man.
Yeah.
This dumpster fire
The
of a state.
swamp.
What, you mean our gator tank? You can have it.
Yeah. Have
Yeah.
fun.
But there's something like wonderful about like the historical New England area.
Yes.
Because it's like to us in America as a newer country, we don't get a lot of that. And certainly nothing approaching that age. And it's unique and it feels old to us.
Yeah.
It may not feel old to you guys, but for us
Right.
it's super cool.
Yeah.
And one of the things that made the New England area like feasible to live in is like an economic powerhouse for America. It's actually the whaling industry.
Oh.
Yeah. And so like for those of you history nerds out there like me, some of the main exports that we had early on is going to be timber.
Whales.
One of the weird whales, like whale
Whales?
products.
Take the whole
yes.
whale.
The whole whale.
Not the whole whale.
BJ's whole whale product.
We use every part of the whale.
I never realized this, like thinking about it from like a logistical standpoint. The reason why our timber industry was so crazy is because we had older trees.
Oh.
Literally, no one was cutting them down like they
Oh,
were
yeah.
in Europe.
Yeah.
So, like you know, like the big fucking tall thing in the middle of the ship,
Yeah.
Tree?
one tree.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
Huh. I never
Just-
thought about that.
That's actually
Yeah.
really smart, though.
yeah, that is.
right. Like less work. You just plane it a little bit and you're good. But you know, like old growth trees are required for that, which we
Right.
had in abundance in North America
Yeah.
versus in the old world where they were continuously harvested.
They had fucked it up.
Yeah. And then making those trees and shit into boats,
Mhm.
another export product right there.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty cool.
That is cool.
I don't know. I think it is.
No, that is cool.
So, what do
It's
you
one
guys?
of those history facts. It sounds like it shouldn't be, but then you're like, no, that let a lot of stuff really happen.
Yeah.
So it's really
Yeah.
cool.
You know
It
what's
did.
interesting about that old hardwood or that old wood tree?
What?
Stronger because it's older, more resistant
Nice.
to like being attacked and stuff. So like,
Right.
that's some pretty
Because it
good
had
quality.
survived.
Yeah,
that long.
exactly.
I dig it.
Yeah, me too.
What is it? Tree.
Right? Trees? You guys get it?
Do you guys know a lot about whaling? Because I learned a bit about.
I don't know. I don't know shit about whaling.
All right.
Just kind of what. So I think I referenced it when we did the New York episode, but I remember a lot of like the historical things they kind of went into. Like they went into real detail with because they're like, hey, you can go here and it's like a 1 hour drive. So
Yeah.
they talked a little bit about things like whaling products and how like, yeah, the schoolhouse that was 10 miles that way used to use all whale oil lamps.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So like whale oil was like number one thing we're going after
Mm-hmm.
because of the way that you do it is super gross. So the way that like whaling worked in like colonial to like 19th century is like at its core you had to find a whale. So
Right.
the way that you kill it is by actually getting into a smaller boat and rowing up to it and then stabbing it with harpoons.
Oh.
Like in Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Dark. And
Oh. So you just row right up to it.
up to it and just start hucking spears into it that are attached to floating things
Oh, right.
that prevent it from going under, which is where it wants to go.
Huh.
And then it eventually gets so tired from being stuck with things that float,
Yeah.
it can't get away from you. Then you just row up close and just get it one good last time.
Get.
Like, get! And
Bummer.
You just put a cork in the blowhole.
Got him.
there you go, got him. And then like from there, they had to like butcher it, and literally all they were looking for is like baleen, which is like a
teeth thing.
teeth type filtration system.
Basically, imagine a big toothbrush. If you've never seen it before, it looks like a natural toothbrush in their mouth. It's
Really? I've never
weird.
seen it.
It's like
Yeah.
really long, fibrous teeth, quote unquote.
How odd.
But yeah, they basically use it to filter the water that comes in and get like fish and krill and shit like that.
Nice.
Well, anyway, they'd use that to make things like clothing items, like corset ties and buggy whips, because it's like whippy
yeah.
and hard.
Buggy whips.
Yeah, and then like cool like inlay on like luxury goods, and then the blubber was used to make whale oil. And that became like a multi-million-dollar industry.
Wow.
And was like one of the things that made like the New England coast so wealthy was access to all this wood and whales.
Yeah.
And then as they killed all of the whales, they had to go further out to get more of them.
Yeah.
Bigger access to them.
Because the whales were like, fuck that.
They were like, fuck that place. That's
No,
where-
I'm not going to Massachusetts anymore. My
Hell
cousin
no.
died there.
Yeah.
So we started inventing new boats
Yeah.
to go out further. And the way that you turn blubber into oil is by rendering it over a fire. And so, like,
Much
you'd have
like
to.
bacon in the morning.
Ah.
But it smelled horrible.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh.
awful bad. And so you'd refine it through what is called a tri-works, which is a big, like, brickwork bullshit pot that has
Yeah.
a big fire under it. And it just makes black, horrible smoke. So, like, if you can imagine early colonial, like, docks would be awful and smell like rotting fish and burning fat.
So similar to today.
Today, yeah.
Yeah.
Typical Boston.
Right?
God, I love my home.
But the fact that the whales got further and further away
Yeah.
meant that they had to develop new techniques to render on the boat. So they actually figured out how to make a boat wide enough to hook one of these furnaces up to and just fucking take that shit out in the ocean and render it on site.
That is incredible.
Yeah, like
Farm
what-
to boat to table.
right. And then like they'd render it on site, leave the rest of the big fucking thing to rot.
Yeah.
Because all they were looking for is the fat and the baleen,
Right.
which is very wasteful.
Yeah, they
and
don't give
sad.
they don't give a shit about
The meat and everything else. And then like there's like being able to get on these bigger boats meant that they could hunt bigger whales.
yeah.
So they started going after sperm whales, which did not know this, but they apparently have like a cavity in their head that has like this weird fat deposit, which apparently made the greatest candles ever.
It's called the brain.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And so like they'd go after that thing and get
They
this
made
like
incredible candles.
yeah, and that became like a #1 like luxury export from New England. Is this like
This
whale
is-
fat candle?
I didn't know any. This is all so odd.
You used to be
Isn't
able to
it-
order them on Amazon under the name Whale Good Candles. Totally kidding.
Super weird, right?
Yeah, it is really strange.
That's so odd.
I just feel like that's not where my mind would go first. Where it's like, man, look at all this whale fat.
Yeah.
Candles.
Candles.
Yeah, right?
Finally.
It smells like shit when we burn it. What if we burn it and it smelled like lavender?
Ah.
And like I thought that like we were eating them.
I thought so too.
I mean,
Right?
around there, I do remember learning. They're like, yeah, you know, a lot of times they'd sell like actual whale meat like stupid cheap because nobody wants to eat it.
Yeah.
But, like they're like, we have all this meat. Like, what are we gonna do? You can't turn it into a lamp.
right.
So
Yeah.
here you go. If you want to buy whale meat, go for it. It's like
I've never had
I've never had a mate before.
Never had
male
human-
meat.
male.
I've never had whale meat. I've never had either of those.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
So, would you like ethically?
Eat,
Would you eat it?
eat a whale?
Ethical question. Yeah.
No, probably not. Because I learned how intelligent, or we now know how
Yeah.
intelligent they are, so it would bum me out.
Yeah, I can't really think of a good reason because I was like, maybe if it was in some kind of controlled thing where they're like,
Like a whale farm?
not really a whale farm.
Maybe if they captured the whales and bred them just for eating.
No, I was thinking like a
Like
SeaWorld kind
cows.
of thing where they're like,
Yeah.
you know, it lived a good life and everything, and it just was like about to die, but it was
Right.
still good to eat. And even then, I was like, probably not going to be that good to
Now
eat
we're-
if that's what's going on.
Now we're
so-
friends with it.
No, I'm okay.
It has a name.
This
It
is
has favorite-
Steve the whale. He
He's
lived a
very
good
friendly.
life. Yeah.
He
Now
loves
you can eat a
kids.
steak.
What about you, Brett? Would you eat some whale?
I would ethically I have a lot of problems with it, but
Right.
I guess that my ethics to eating meat in general allow me to eat other things.
That's kind of where I am.
I
yeah.
feel like I'd try it, honestly. Like if
I-
it was presented to me.
I probably, if it was already done and done, I'd be like,
Yeah,
well,
it's already dead.
too late.
Yeah, but that's kind of like the attitude that allows us to continue eating meat products
Exactly.
too. Which is
Yeah.
a
Well, I
different
didn't
thing.
kill the cow, so cheeseburgers, here I come.
Yeah, right. I don't know. I would try it to say I did, but then I'd feel weird about it.
Yeah.
I think.
I would feel weird about it.
I mean, I guess if I feel weird about it, I shouldn't.
Like I
Yeah.
try it, but then I would buy a subscription to Zoo Books.
Yeah.
So that it like goes back to ecology. Yeah, it's like a carbon offset.
It's like carbon tax, but for whales. So I didn't know any of this stuff.
No, me
going
neither.
into it, and like how destructive and wasteful that whole thing was.
Yeah.
But it literally made a power structure on the East Coast because of all this stuff.
Yeah.
And it makes a lot of sense. Like it's still a financial headquarters of our country.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And eventually it all kind of petered out
Right.
because we decided that burning whale oil wasn't great.
Yeah.
What if we burned real oil?
What if we powered our carriages with oil?
Whale oil. So
Could you imagine you pull up to the old Whalico and you just like pump whale oil into your car?
Yeah. Everything smells like shit.
Can I get one blubber, please?
yeah, you want a whale wrap while you're here? Like
Yeah,
we-
You know what? Yeah.
it's 1 shilling. It's not good,
Give
but
me a
we've
whale
got it.
wax while you're at
Give
it.
me a whale wax.
Yeah,
All right. So what about the
folklore.
folklore?
Right.
Right.
What
Sorry, I
about
know we
what
went
we actually
history
talk
hard.
about on this show?
Yeah, but we talk about history.
We do a lot.
This was a really good history intro to New England.
We had to get the good history to get the folklore
Right.
because it's tied in.
Yeah, it is. It is tied together.
And since all of that required boats to do,
Right.
everything in the folklore is totally tied into the boats and superstitions attached to it.
Yeah.
So, like one of the cool ones that I found is
Yes.
that in New England, because the boat is obviously important,
Right.
it was considered bad luck to ever rename the boat
So
once it had been named.
So that's where that comes from?
so it's got to be the same name the whole time.
Yeah, and if you decide to rename it because I guess you buy it and you think it has a shitty name like the HMS Suck,
Yeah.
or USS We're America,
Yeah. The USS PP place.
PP Party.
I just bought the good ship, the PP place.
and you wanted to rename it,
horrible luck.
you had to throw a party
Oh.
and to kind of celebrate it and offer like champagne,
Like a
liquor, like you're retiring it and rechristening it.
They still break champagne.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that where that?
Yeah, that's actually tied into it for good luck.
Neat.
And basically, you're appeasing the boat for renaming it. As
Turns
something-
out boats are drunks and they just really like champagne.
they're like my uncle.
That's right.
This is my uncle. Nah.
He has a good time.
Yeah.
Is there anything that comes to mind with you in terms of like superstition or folklore involving boats too?
With boats in general, no, none.
No?
Do you have any?
Really? No.
No, as I look over your notes, I was reading the women were bad luck one, and it was
That's the big
it
one,
like
yeah.
slammed something right back into my mind that I hadn't thought of for a while. But I mean, it's absolutely right. They're like on the big, especially the big whaling boats and everything.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, you are not gonna let women on here, and I mean, it's probably a combo play of like partly like, hey, we don't want these guys slacking off and just like fucking all day.
Yeah.
And also, well, what if they're better than us? We can't allow that.
Exactly.
Their fragile masculinity
Yeah.
is at stake.
That would be the only thing I would recall. I'd be able to recall with
Yeah.
boats. But I'm looking over your notes here, and they are pretty killer. Like I did not know the no goodbyes one.
I didn't know that one either until looking into this.
Yeah, families of New England soldiers couldn't say goodbye, so it was a finality and implied bad luck. I see a lot of luck.
I'll see you around there, Matthew.
See you around.
Yeah.
Slugger.
Well, it makes sense that luck would be the big thing because
Yeah.
the sea is unpredictable.
Right.
So literally all this like folklore and superstition is about avoiding bad luck
Yeah.
and trying to, ramp up the good luck, so to speak.
Right. That's odd.
Yeah. One of the funny like luck related ones in there that I found is like naming someone a Jonah.
Yeah, the Jonah.
Yeah. Basically, that was the person that was determined to be the cause of bad luck on the
Yeah.
boat.
Just
And-
the dickhead they branded
Yeah.
as like the bad luck guy.
Ah, look, Steve's the Jonah here. Asshole. Get off the fucking boat.
the fucking boat, Jonah.
And like, there's some stuff that I
My
was reading
name's
on.
William.
You fucking dick.
Shut up, Jonah.
Stop calling me Jonah.
If
Shut
they-
the hell up.
If they couldn't figure out who the Jonah was, there was some stuff that would say that the cook would put in like a fucking nail or a piece of coal into a communal
God.
like bread loaf, and whoever got it was the Jonah.
Like the baby and the king cake?
like
Yeah,
king
like the opposite of a king cake.
Oh, you win. You found the little baby. Oh, you lose, fucking Jonah.
Jonah,
you got the
found,
call.
You found the nail. And then that person would get not invited back.
Yeah, and that's it.
That sucks.
And it would ruin their career as a seaman.
So tell me, why did you leave your last ship? No reason.
So, you know, this is part of your exit interview. I just wanted to let you know we thank you for your service. And please don't ever come back because you're horrible luck. I mean, you did get the nail in the cake.
You
so
are such a Jonah. Get out.
you're-
Get out.
You're
Get
being,
out.
You're
Get
being a real
the-
Jonah right now.
Yeah.
You bring everybody down.
Stop crying. I don't care if this is the only boat in the town. Get out.
Get out. Get off the USS PP Place. You're as bad as a woman being on this boat.
Maybe worse because you don't have woman bits.
Yeah, Jonah.
You challenge our fragile masculinity and concepts of good luck.
Now get out.
You're fired.
You're fired. I like the no looking back. I've heard of that one before.
Yeah, I'd never heard of that one
Yeah.
either. But what is that one about? Like, what does that one say
just
to you?
they don't look back as they left port. I've heard that it was bad luck because it implied they would be missing the land,
Yeah.
or their mind wouldn't be on the sea, and the sea would like take advantage of them.
Yeah, it's
like not being ready for it.
a
Is
weird-
what I've always thought it was.
like a personification of the sea getting ready to fuck you up.
Yeah, and you're
if
like
you're not ready for it.
right, exactly. You need to be prepped.
You
Yes.
look forward to the sea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Another like neat superstition that I came across is obviously, you know, when you think of sailors, you think of no condoms, but also you think of
Yeah.
Dirty sailors.
tattoos.
Oh, yeah.
and-
Popeye.
yeah.
Yeah,
Cans of spinach.
Corn cob pipes.
Yeah.
But the some of the tattoos that I came across from like colonial times are roosters and pig tattoos on your feet
Huh.
as being a good luck charm, because those animals were typically found floating after sea wrecks
Right.
and usually rescuable.
Like the chicken from Moana.
Yeah,
That's right.
exactly. But it's
That's
also
right.
probably because they were in like wooden boxes. That
Also
wouldn't
that.
float.
Right. Also the wooden boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was pretty common practice for them to tattoo their feet with those things, which sounds like a very painful stick and poke in your foot.
It really does.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I would want that very much.
I see you've got another one here on blood.
Yeah.
Unlucky to set sail without spilling blood on the deck. What
Yeah. And
hell's
that
up with that?
That was for either on purpose.
Yeah.
Like if it was an accident, that was one thing.
Right.
But usually it would, from what I was reading, it was considered to be good luck if your guys got into a fist fight on deck
Yeah.
and someone drew blood in it, because that meant that they were fucking ready.
Yeah.
Ha! Blood has already been spilled on the USS PP Place. Now none more, hopefully.
And
Let's see. Jonah's gone. We spilled blood.
no chicks.
We've all got pigs.
No chicks, just dicks. Everything's right on the PP Place.
Just a bunch of dicks and roosters tattooed on our feet. Well, there's blood.
Describing something horrible.
There's blood all over the deck.
And-
This boat's 50 years old, named forever, and no one's looking back, and no one said goodbye.
And you know what? And just in case, like if you guys were worried about drowning, me, the captain speaking here, I went to the local midwife and I bought a caul off of an infant.
That is the most disgusting thing.
Yeah. So for listeners that don't know what a caul is, that is a harmless
Just
membrane.
Google it.
Yeah, Google it. It's gross.
Don't make us say it out loud.
I hope you're at work.
It's a harmless membrane that grows over an infant in a very rare case of birth, which basically leaves like this creepy hood over the head of an infant, which is something you take off so that they can breathe.
Right.
But
Some of you do, not everybody.
Right. In a maritime sense, that was viewed as a very good luck item that would prevent whoever had it from drowning. Because it's like, it protects you from umbilical fluids and all that stuff. So I get like the sympathetic
dig
magic
it.
there.
Yeah.
But it's also wicked gross.
It is. It is wicked gross.
Yeah.
That is absolutely disgusting.
Then another like funny forbidden thing
Mm-hmm.
other than women is to make bananas.
Yeah, bananas.
Yep.
I
That-
saw that.
That is a pretty common forbidden item.
Yeah, no bananas.
No bananas. They're bad luck.
I actually stayed at an Airbnb once. Bryn and I went away with her family to Key West, and it was called the No Bananas Bungalow.
Oh.
And it's because it had a boat slip out back and everything, and they're like, they didn't, like they filled the place with a lot of food and stuff. But they're like, don't bring any bananas here, don't whatever, it's bad luck. It's fun, obviously. They weren't like, you're going to sink your fucking boat. But
here's your baby call.
yeah,
Welcome
here's
to
your baby call. It's in the
Airbnb.
refrigerator. But it was called the No Bananas Bungalow because
That's fun.
They wanted to like kind of lean on that folklore.
I have
dig it.
literally never heard of that. until
I haven't
was
heard of that one
researching
either.
this.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why it said it was like bad luck, is that they were usually the first bit of cargo debris
Yeah.
that people found from sunken ships, I guess because bananas float.
Bananas float and they're like bright yellow color, so it's pretty easy to spot them against the the
Oh,
water.
yeah. That would make
Yeah.
sense.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's another one. Cats. Good
They
luck.
float.
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck with them.
Good luck with them. They're apparently symbols of good luck. Particularly, Brett, do you know anything more about that? Particularly polydidactyl cats?
Polydactyl. So it's like a Hemingway cat.
Okay.
Like the cats that have multiple fingers, like
Like the extra
fingers.
thumbs.
Yeah.
They're considered good luck because they could stand firmer on the deck.
Oh,
Because they
okay.
had like a leg or a toe up, I guess.
Right. How odd.
Yeah. And like obviously having a cat on board is a good thing because it eats rats and stuff.
Right. Kitty
And
cats.
So, fun fact also, this isn't New England specific, but Vikings carried cats on their boats for
Aw.
that same reason.
Because they just like the scritches.
And for the
And
the
for the
company,
company, you know?
You need a little kitty cat.
Gross little boat cat
Yeah,
on the
boat
HMSP party.
There's a little gross cat.
Yeah. And then like another like good luck thing that I came across is sailors having a cod bone with them,
Nice.
which is weird. It's basically a bone in the cod's head
Yeah.
that is like, if you butcher a cod, I guess like kind of free floating in there.
Yeah.
Don't really know where it comes from, but it was said to be a powerful like token of good luck.
Wow.
Yeah. So if you were wanting to make this trip a successful, what do we got?
Let's see.
We're gonna eat some cod and keep the bone.
Yeah.
We're gonna chow down on some cod.
Yeah.
Not gonna have any of those fucking bananas.
No bananas.
bananas
No
at all.
Jonas. No women.
We're gonna
We're
fire
eat
Jonah
Jonah.
Hill.
gonna fire Jonah Hill.
We only want fat Jonah Hill. No,
That's
skinny
right.
Jonah.
Give me the fat Jonah.
OG Jonah.
Yeah. So we're
And
talking.
even then, only on land.
Yeah. Exactly. We need the boat to be named. So
And
that's
not changed.
We're not gonna change it.
Don't change the boat name.
Yep.
Sorry you named it Pee Pee Place, but that's your problem.
That's
We're
your
all
problem.
getting on the pee-pee place. We're gonna have a fist fight on the deck
Yep.
before we go out.
We're not going to say goodbye to anybody.
Yeah, we're just
We'll
gonna
see 'em later.
Irish
See-
goodbye them.
Irish goodbye, everyone.
I'm going to get cigarettes. I'll see you later.
That's right. You don't look back as you
Yep.
leave the port.
Yep, or the sea's gonna fucking sink you.
We've all got a bunch of rooster and pig tattoos on our feet.
Our prison tat stick
Yeah.
and pokes.
Prison tats. Yeah. One of us has a call,
Yeah.
which is disgusting.
Yeah,
Keep it in my pocket at all times.
I keep it around my neck.
And we got
like a slimy ascot.
and we got some. Fuck, that is so disgusting. And then we got some six-toed cats on board.
Why not?
Yeah.
Throw those in there. Those little bad boys.
And the last thing I see on here you have is you spit on your bait for good luck when fishing.
Yep.
Yep.
So we spit on our bait before fishing.
But
There
not
we
your
go.
money. Oh, that's for fools.
That's for idiots.
Exactly.
Right?
So there's a lot of weird superstitions.
New England
a
is so
grab-
specific. I
It's
love
a-
it.
It's a grab bag.
It is.
But it's all about increasing your luck against
Mm-hmm.
a harsh natural environment.
Right.
And I think it's fascinating.
That is fascinating.
Sorry to go heavy-handed on the history before getting into
Dude,
folklore.
heck
That-
no.
It was interesting as fuck, I thought.
I
Yeah.
thought this was a really good turn because it was less about it was kind of a turn from like, oh, interesting, folklore stories, and it's more about this entire concept, this whole world existing over here that
Yeah.
a lot of people probably don't know about.
Well, I didn't know about it.
I didn't know about it.
This is more concrete, I think. So it's really cool to be able to dive into it and
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
this is kind of where we came from. This is how we got all of these
Yeah.
things. And it really does kind of like open up a lot of doors to like, what does this look like across the other parts of the country?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If you had to pick one good luck token from that list, what would it be and why?
Hands down, a cat.
Yeah. Cat. I would have a cat.
You guys are going with the six-toed cat.
I think, yeah,
Absolutely.
because it's on a boat. I'm going to get bored.
Right.
Six-toed cat.
There's no women on the boat. I'm gonna play with a cat.
I'm gonna play with a cat.
All right,
you know?
Captain. All the knots are fixed. The big bed sheets up top are flying. I'm gonna go fuck off and play with the cat for a little bit.
You know, they look for first mate Ethan. I'm downstairs, like hanging out with my cat. You know, taking a nap, reading, whatever.
You
doing
can't
boat
read.
stuff?
You're a sailor.
Doing boat stuff or whatever. So yeah, I'd have.
Come on, Whiskers. We're going downstairs for whiskey.
It's time to drink with my cat.
Admiral Whiskers.
Just like every other Friday night for me.
He loves whiskey as much as he loves killing vermin.
Yeah. So plus you're on a boat, so like if the cat is like shitting somewhere, just scoop it up.
Fucking scoop it up and fuck it.
Boom.
Done.
How's that for a cannonball?
Oh, what about you, bro? What would be your good luck item?
Oh man, I was gonna go with the cat, but like
Right?
everybody went with the cat.
That's the-
and you know what? Me too, motherfucker.
The cat.
I
Why
was gonna
would
say
you?
you're probably on the boat with us, so we've
Yeah.
already got cats. If you want to pick like a second,
I should.
All right,
I
I'm
should
going
do,
with the creepy baby call
oh no!
because
Jesus.
you know I don't want my friends to drown, and I'm going to be the fucking one that gets it.
That's nice.
And
That's fair.
I'll go talk to the gross midwife and buy it for $1 in a back alley in Boston.
All right, if you've got the call and you've got the cats,
I'll throw the bananas overboard.
I'll throw the bananas. I would get a tattoo of a pig.
You're going
on my
pig,
foot.
not rooster.
No.
We're already on the pee-pee place.
There's
We're
all
gonna get another
yeah.
cock
There's
involved.
too many penis jokes.
I don't
So
want any more male meat.
yeah. So I'd get a pig tattoo on my foot.
Your sick pig tat.
Yeah. Have a sick pig tat. My left foot.
Yeah.
The pig would be like smoking a cigarette.
Oh hell yeah!
Piggerette.
Yeah, pigarette. It'd be like, fuck you.
I'm gonna
It's
go
just a
ahead.
sausage link.
Yes,
That's what I'd get.
God, it's so ironic. I love it.
a pig smoking a sausage.
Yeah. There we go.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
And you know what, guys? I'm gonna go ahead and say it now. Not even God himself could sink the HMS Tea Party.
You keep making us a royal boat.
Excuse me, the
We
USS
sailed all the way over there
Tea
because
Party.
we didn't sink.
I
We made it all the way
like
back to England.
I like HMS PP Party.
Because you could say it with that pretentious, like, "Welcome to the HMS Pee-Pee Party."
Party.
We're the PP Party. Now grab my kitty.
Oh, if you need me, I'll be below deck playing with my six-toed cat. Who took my baby membrane?
Damn it!
We've got some whales
We've got-
to tire out and butcher.
Damn it! I think we've got a Jonah on board.
Get him the fuck off of here. We're leaving him in worst Boston, Connecticut.
Connecticut.
He can walk home.
Enjoy Danbury, fucker.
The asshole of Connecticut.
That's right, Danbury.
Fuck you.
Yeah. There we go. Perfect.
All right. There we go. This party is going to be a pee-pee party. So I hope you guys liked our little diatribe on New England whaling practices, folklore, and superstitions. And then there's a horrible boat concept that we've imagined.
Not to mention, thanks for listening to another episode of Cat Talk. This is me, Click.
And this is me, Clack, the other Tappet brother.
Anyways, time to get out of here. As always, don't listen to my brother.
Don't listen to my brother. He's full of shit. And if you need to ask us a question, go ahead and send us a pre-packaged envelope to Braintree Mag at Harvard Square. I can't, fuck, I'm sorry. I can't repeat
Oh, God,
whole
it's so
thing.
good.
It's so long. Anyway, if you like what we do here, folks, think about following us on Apple Podcasts, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. If you really like what we do and you want to give us a buck show, that'd be dope because we'd really appreciate it. Check us out on Patreon. We've got some interesting and exclusive content there. Feel free to join us on Discord after you become a patron, and you get to talk with the show's creators. And hey, if there's something that you want to hear about, we'll cover it in one of these sections because, hey, that's less work for us. So thank you in advance. Whoa, whoa, uptown girl, you know I can't afford to buy her pearls, but maybe someday when my ship comes in,
she'll understand what kind of guy I've been, and then I'll win. Perfect.